I'm going to do a quick run through of how to take a set of Ethernet IP web checkers to a PLC over Ethernet IP, and then Ethernet IP to a SIG 200. And then inside the SIG 200, I'm going to use a logic editor outputs or inputs to give the display or the width measurement from the web checkers onto that display, like you see here. Um, so first, what I did is I grabbed the SIG 200 and the web checkers, and I've got those connected to my PLC. So you can see the web checkers or the SIG 200 is right here. I'm after the output data. So 10,500 is where that's going to start. But let's just start with the web checkers itself. So the data from the web checkers will start, if I can get this to load up. The web checkers are on 77, so you see here, so starting at D20,000. So if I come to my PLC, I can come to D20,000. You can see I've got edge 1 through 10 is the first 10 words, and then the word 11 through 20 is going to be function 1 through 10. So if you see I stick my finger in there, and now I'm getting different edges, and I'm getting a width and a center measurement, which will be the exact same thing as what's in the in SOPUS. So if I come to SOPUS, you can see I put my finger in there, and it's 19.3, and it's doing the same thing here on this display. So that's the data coming into the PLC from the web checkers. So now we need to understand where the logic editor data starts. So if I come back here and I come to the manual, I can see the logic editor output data is here. So we want to take the web checker data into the SIG 200 and then use the logic editor to output the data to this display. So the data starts at 134. So to figure that out, all we have to do is say 134 divided by 2. So 67th word or the 68th word past the D10,500 that we saw, where the output data starts for the SIG 200. So all we got to do is plus that and then 10,500. And that tells us that that is where the Ethernet IP data going into the logic editor is going to start. So this is all the logic that I've just put in here. I had to put these in here because of the capture on display. It needs to know the scene and display mode. But all I did was this Ethernet IP output. It correlates to what we see here, logic editor output data. So we want to shove the data from the web checkers into this, that way that we can put it across the logic editor. So in the PLC, all I did was I brung that D10,000, D20,110 in, which is the width measurement, and I dumped it into D10,568. Now I did have to byte swap that data because it's IO link data so that it comes out clean. So if you see right here, it's not going to be as clean until it's after it's byte swapped. So once I did that, then everything came out pretty clean, just with doing this, and that's it. That's how you take the web checkers into a PLC over Ethernet IP, and then Ethernet IP to the SIG 200 and illuminate a display with measurements.